Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another tremendous video. I've got my guy, my partner in crime, Millions, to my right or left, whatever in the hell the navigation is on the screen. I don't know, but hey, we're here. Millions, what's up, dude?
Yeah, all good, man. We're here we made it to the blood moon. Tonight is the night. So we've seen a lot of crazy stuff going on the world stage, as I like to call it. And I can't say it came as a surprise, to be honest. Like if you're watching last week, you'd have heard us talking about exactly this sort of thing. Obviously, we've had the craziness in Mexico, which we'll get onto a little bit later. We've got the craziness in Iran, Dubai. And obviously, we've had some interesting chart stuff going on in precious metals today as well, right on the nugget. So it's been somewhat, shall we say, a little bit predictable. And as I said last week, if you're open-minded to this sort of thing, then it can sort of raise a few eyebrows for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, all's good. All's good.
I love a good conspiracy theory, man. And
I'm running out, mate. I'm running out of conspiracies. I need some new ones because they keep coming true.
Right. You know, it's so funny you say that because everyone's like, oh my God, that'll never happen. Well, then that happens. They go, yeah, that's not going to happen either. But
Yeah.
let's dig right into this craziness. Let's see. Let's pull this bad boy up. Everybody watching, chime in, drop a comment, whether you're on Millions channel or my channel. Let us know where you're watching from, X, YouTube, wherever, man. Want to hear from you guys.
I'm streaming on X, I think, for the first time tonight. So,
oh, are you really?
Yeah, this should be going out to YouTube and X. So that should be fun.
Let's put us down here so they can see it.
Does it notify people? Does it notify people on X automatically? I haven't put a post out yet, but okay, beautiful.
Yeah, if they have their app configured correctly, yes, absolutely.
Lovely.
Let's start at a 30,000 foot altitude, shall we? This is the total crypto market cap, man. Yeah, it's a little bloody out there.
Yeah, it's looking weak, but that's kind of what you would expect during like a blood moon, like a solar eclipse. I mean, just as a quick recap to everyone, in case you didn't know, a lot of people don't know this, but the FTX collapse happened on a blood moon. The lunar collapse happened on a blood moon. So I've been open-minded to another, what you'd call an event, shall we say, a scripted event of some sort happening today. It doesn't have to happen today. I mean, obviously at the moment you can see that, you know, everything's looking weak. It doesn't mean you have to have one of these like black swan type things happen. But historically speaking, the market tends to bottom out in the region of the blood moon. And there are people that are way more knowledgeable, you know, than me on this sort of thing. Some trusted people that I sort of I talk with, and they've been telling me this stuff for months now, for absolute months. And
really,
yeah, for months. We're not talking days, weeks. We're talking months, even up to maybe 6 months plus ago. So, you know, I'm studying this stuff myself. You know, there is a saying that millionaires don't use astrology, but billionaires do, and it's starting to make a lot of sense. And we could do a whole show on this. I don't want to do that this time round, but it's just interesting to see that, you know, it feels like we're in that sort of bottom energy right now,
right?
And we don't have to go lower because we've been lower, right? Recently, so that could be the bottom. We could be coming out of it now. So, you know, again, as I said before, you know, it's not financial advice, nothing's a given, but historically speaking, we bottom around this sort of time in the cycle. So this is the last total lunar eclipse now until literally the start of 2029. So we pulled up a chart last week, actually, when we chatted, because we were chatting about this last week, guys. We're not just jumping in on this whole thing right now. We were talking about this literally, what was it, a week ago or just over a week ago?
Yeah, it looks like we were in there about a week and a half ago. So
yeah, there you go. We were talking about exactly this. at that point. So,
Yeah.
you know, we did pull up a chart, and maybe we'll pull up maybe later on, but it will show you that these things move in cycles, and the last lunar
See if I can find
eclipse
it. Keep
of the cycle,
busy and I'll find it real
tends to
quick.
be, gives it the breathing room then to go and off into a proper bull run. So I'll be very interested to see if that happens now. That's why I've not been selling anything around these levels at all. You know, nothing. Everything is just bags packed and accumulation around these areas.
Let's see. I got it pulling up right now. Let me find a good one that we can go with. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah,
there you go.
Should be this right here. Let me get this.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So
with the lines, yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
So this is so each one of these is bull market cycles apparently. Let's see, BTC Lunar Cycle Update. There's an upcoming total lunar eclipse, aka a blood moon, coming up March 13, 14. This should mark the time for BTC plus minus a few. I think that's the right one.
I think the one we had last week had the actual lunar cycles plotted out on the chart, and it shows that once you get past,
hey, yeah, once tree's got a bump.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We're coming out of the blood moon. It's time to pump.
Yes.
But,
let's see, I got it right here.
I can send it to you again if
yeah, send it to me.
I can probably dig that up again. You know, while we're on the stream. But yeah, so yeah, it's interesting stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. It's been a very difficult, frustrating time for sure in crypto over the last especially the last few weeks. Things have got, you know, pretty crazy, but there's a chance it could be the coming towards the end. But again, don't quote me on that. But I don't know. I have my own feelings and thoughts on that, and I feel like today is a big day, and the energy around these events can last you know, a week or two either side for sure. So
yeah,
you know, there could still be pain over the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not counting that out, but it doesn't necessarily mean we have to go any lower than we've already been. So yeah, we'll see, man. There's some great protocols, new protocols coming, which I'm sure we'll get talking about tonight on this stream, and yeah, the builders are building, and it's beautiful to see.
Yeah, let's dig right in. Let's see. Let's go. Let's start on the home screen. Let's go over here to let's go up front. Let's go to Blue Protocol. You and I are both in this.
Some interesting stuff coming.
Yeah. So if you guys are new to this is a protocol that's on BNB, and it has a wrapped version on the abstract chain. It is. I heard a term today from Thomas G. Rector Riches. He likes to strengthen what he calls his bear market protection plan, and right. I can tell you that this has definitely been that for me, with the rewards that it pays out between the daily ABX rewards, the voting rewards, the lock rewards, everything in between. It has been great. What's been your experience so far on this?
Much the same, to be honest. I mean, it's been paying out as it said it would. You know, the contract has been fulfilled. It's doing exactly what it said it was going to do. Now, obviously, with the market taking a pretty hefty downturn, with alt suffering, the payments on this were way high when ABX was up at sort of 1 cent. That was pulling in some crazy numbers. But obviously, you know, you have to understand that the lower cap alts are going to suffer the most during these downturns, but you also have the opposite effect in a bull run. So I've been basically just trying to build my position on my accounts here, and voting every single week, voting for GBLUE Raptive pool, of course. I tend to do my voting on Tuesdays, but I think it's end of epoch on Wednesdays, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's been paying out beautifully. Obviously you're getting a 1% per day on the GBLUE, but I've been paired with ETH as well. It takes a little bit of the risk out as well, so it's another good reason to hold some Ethereum. I was saying to you in a chat earlier on, Peter, that I felt underexposed to Ethereum, so this was a good way for me to sort of get some exposure to Ethereum, plus be earning those daily yields, plus earning the ABX rewards from the pools, from the farms, and getting the voting rewards as well. So we've both done videos on this stuff before.
So here's what's really interesting about it. So it's been on the BNB side. So the BNB side, it's an auto compounding token, which is obviously inflationary. And what's happened is it's actually been reduced down to 1% daily because the abstract side is working out so well. And that is extremely bullish, in my opinion, on this. So yeah, that's been really, really good. Hello, blockchain money. How are you? Good to see you.
What's up, brother? Good to hear from you. If you're in the chat, let us know. Tell us you're there.
Yeah, and we're going to cover a lot of projects. So if you guys have any questions about it, I mean, we're here. This is casual. The moon has ripped the scab off, so we are hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? Any comments? Just chuck them in there, and we'll chew the fat together.
Yeah.
It sometimes takes a while for more and more people to see the streams active, because we're a little bit ad hoc with the streams. It's like, Millions, do you want to do a stream tonight, or Peter, do you want to do a stream tonight? Sometimes it's like a little bit last minute. We will get more organized as we go forward, I'm sure. Yeah, it does take a little while for the algorithm to push out the live. But I can see some people watching on X, and I can see people watching on YouTube, so that's freaking awesome. But yeah, let us know if you're in the chat, and we can answer any questions or respond to any comments.
Don't know what that is, but I'll definitely check it out.
Well, I've heard of Arbcore. I'm catching up on some stuff at the moment because it's been a busy couple of weeks, but yeah, I've got some new videos lined up. I've recorded 3 videos today. I've been very productive. Early gym session, pre-workout, smashed out some heavy weights, came back, and then Mrs. Millions took Mini Millions to the parquet for a couple of hours to give me some peace and quiet in the apartment, and I've got 3 videos done today. So lots of exciting stuff to talk about in the space. I think if the builders are building right now at the bottoms, I think it's really going to pay off as we hopefully go into that next stage of the market, which we're all hoping for. Some people are really bullish right now. They're like, no, we're going down. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure. I feel like the market maker wants you to sell your tokens right now. They want you shaken out, and they want you buying back in to pump their bags on the way up. So that's just my thoughts, Peter. I'm not, I'm not saying that I've got all the answers, but personally, I ain't falling for that shit.
No. No, it's like if you go here, look, tree is leveled out, and if you guys are new, my project, Liquidity Tree token, is on SUI, and we actually put out an announcement today about our game. We are uploading images to Walrus for our NF trees. We're about to go test net, so we are thoroughly excited about that. We've got a Telegram mini game and a bigger game coming out, and a tree battle game. So yeah, we've been working on a lot behind the scenes.
And I can say I've seen some sneak peeks of the imagery. It looks freaking awesome, I have to say, man, right up my street. So I'm looking forward to the next stage of Tree.
Good.
We just need SUI to wake up a little bit first.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, and check this out. This is what I was telling you about earlier today. So if you go to SUI, and let's talk about two things. So here's our lovely SUI chart. So, and this is going to, this will show you something. So here's where we are right now. And these blue lines here and here, this is the exact date that Tree launched, in which SUI was $4 and just over $4 and a penny. And this is where SuiDex launched, to where SUI was $2.50. So we're at 90 cents right now. Yeah. So Richie has been trugging along with SuiDex. It's been great for Tree, and
great protocol.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you guys are new and you have not seen SuiDex, make sure that you go to dex.suidex.org. I'll put this link in the comments section for you. There you go. That's on everybody's stream. There you go. So make sure that you go by there, check it out. Millions, you've had plenty of experience in it. How do you think about it?
SuiDex has been brilliant as well. It's another protocol, just like Blue Protocol, that has just been consistently paying throughout all of this carnage. And before I forget, Peter, we need to tell everyone about what's coming for Blue on Thursday. Well, what we know is coming. But we'll come to that after this. But it's been an absolute. It's been a shining light in DeFi. You know, there's going to be some more protocols that we talk about in this live stream where, you know, and we've chatted before about the importance of supporting builders, you know, people that are doxed, people that are out there, you know, they don't rug, they're transparent. You can hit them up in the Telegrams, you can hit them up on the live streams, they've got face. You know, it's so important to have people like that in DeFi because there's so many scumbags in the DeFi space. And you're going to see more scumbags and parasites at the bottom of markets than the tops of markets, probably than in the middle. At the bottom, they're trying to extract your USDT and your USDC, you know, because they're desperate. They want the investment money to rug you, you know, from you. And I think we're seeing a lot of that right now. There's a lot of very questionable protocols out there. Now, I don't want to name names too much right now, but I think some people probably know what I'm talking about. But and at the top of markets, they know they kind of spring up out of nowhere because they know people have got some little bit of extra profit to play with, you know, and they can extract that way as well. So they extract through either desperation or they extract through greed. And I think it's so important to have these shining lights, that I like to call them in DeFi, that are doing the good work, you know, doing the good work. So I would say, you know, Rich is 100% one of those guys. He's created a really nice platform here. Aaron as well with GBLUE and what's coming on Thursday, which we'll get to in a minute. But SuiDex has and SuiFarms have been fantastic, you know, and having to deal with what Sui's been through as well in terms of price downturn, to still be going, you know, still doing what they were doing from day one, which is paying out in the farms, you know, with the token lockers and everything like that. You know, I've got plays sitting in there just earning victory token. I've explained my strategy before with that, you know, where I take a portion of it, I lock it up, take a portion of it, I take some profits, and I take a portion of it to build my bags again, you know, my LP positions. So yeah, shout out to Richie and the team, because, you know, when SUI turns around, you know, the volume is obviously going to go absolutely insane, and we're going to see, you know, a lot of those coins on there, including Tree, go absolutely freaking insane, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're at 6.75K locked, and that's we've been hanging in there really good. Let's see, I don't see a number of what's locked in there, but it's been holding pretty good in TVL. When SUI goes with, when the only reason why it's really gone down is because when SUI has gone down. I mean, the overall value of the LP has gone down. But going back to what you were saying about Blue, and sorry guys for jumping around millions, has to keep me in line. There's going to be a protocol that's going to be unveiled on Thursday with Aaron, and it is going to be pretty neat. Blockchain, to answer your question, yes, we're actually both still in Texas Coin, so we haven't gone anywhere, but we'll get to that in a little while.
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
Well, going millions with what you were saying about the about Blue and Thursday.
Yeah, so we're going to see a new protocol unveiled, but it's going to be very tightly linked to GBLU. So it's not like they're jumping onto a different thing and leave it. This is all very, very much intertwined with GBLU. Now, I did watch the AMA on Thursday, and we got a sneak peek of what things were going to look like. The website, again, a lot of it was redacted, so we couldn't see exactly what the name of the protocol was or anything like that. But the site looked amazing. And there's literally going to be no reason for you not to get involved in this. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's going to be a passive income maker, right? This protocol. And it's going to be based on like NFT levels. So there's various different levels of NFT you're going to be able to obtain. And the first one, the entry level NFT, is free. There's no charge. It's going to be completely free. All you're probably going to need is a couple of cent in gas, I would have thought, Ethereum on Abstract. That's all you're going to need. So you can mint your first NFT and start earning from day one without spending literally anything. So from what I heard, you're not going to get rich off the free one. You're going to have to, at some point, go into the higher tiers. Now, I'm planning on obviously getting into a higher tier. I don't know what the costs are yet, but Aaron did drop in and say, if you want to get prepared, just have some GBLU on standby. So I bought another $500 of GBLU yesterday. No, I did 250 yesterday. I was waiting to see what the blood moon did today before I put the other half in. So I'm going to have a look at that and put the other half in. So that's going to be another 500 of liquid blue, and I might get a bit more. I don't know how much I'm going to need yet, to depending on the tier. But the higher the tier, the higher the earning. So the good thing as well, I think you already know this, Peter, is in order to get the token that they're going to be unveiling, you have to have GBLU. Yeah. So you're going to have to buy GBLU to get this token. It's going to be basically bonded very closely with it. So it's going to be great for GBLU because it's going to add a ton of volume to it. And as a GBLU holder, on a couple of different accounts, decent sums, then obviously that's an amazing thing. And I think I love the fact that they're intertwining these two things because, there's so much potential in GBLU, obviously with the abstract correlation now as well, that it's great to see that this new protocol that's coming is going to directly impact GBLU, hopefully in a very positive way. So, I haven't got any insider information other than, what was released on the AMA on Thursday, but it's going to be released during the AMA this Thursday. So I would suggest if you're looking to get into it and whatever, jump on that stream on Thursday, have some GBLU ready, and let's see where it goes. But the graphics and everything look amazing. The concept looks amazing. So I'm pretty pumped about it, I have to say. What are your thoughts on that one, Peter?
Yeah, I'll tell you, on any token, whenever somebody speaks conceptually and they're trying to increase demand on the underlying asset and not say, hey, just set that to the side and now buy this, that's really good because either you got to buy it, you got to pair with it, and that's a really good bullish concept to see. So I'm really thrilled to see that being put out there. So yeah, pretty excited about it. It's
Yeah, we've had some nice price movement already on GBLU. I saw today. I looked at the portfolio and it was up, a fair few $100s on each
let me
one.
pull it up
So
real quick. Let's see.
yeah, I could see the GBLU. I think was down at under $5 a few days ago. I think, and now it's sort of 620, 630 or something.
Yeah, let's see here. GBLU on abstract to be exact, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. So yeah, this is pretty much when the overall market started
Yeah,
taking a crap itself.
it's a shame
So
because we were hitting all-time highs at that point, so it sort of stumped the momentum a little bit. But I think the momentum is going to build again.
yeah, so GBLU is basically down to its all-time low, not all-time low, just this cycle low, 269%. And if you bought at the bottom right here, which I know I did, you would be up 40.92%. Yeah, basically about 41% on your money right now. So that is bullish as hell.
It's a good sign, and obviously with the volume that's going to come from this new protocol, it's definitely showing some nice signs and some real big potential.
Yeah, so 41.12% if you actually bought at the bottom, and this has been great. And I can tell you, man, going back to the catch slogan of bear market protection plan, I have not had to sell the first GBLU.
No.
I have used ABX to DCA into this to buy other things, and I've actually sold some to do other real world things with it. But it's nice to be able to keep your bag of GBLU as we work our way up.
Yeah, that is the secret. Really, is not having to sell your principal. So if you need the yield to live on, or if you need the yield to DCA, that's the magic stuff right there. So you're not having to sell your principal. You can allow your bags to grow, so to speak, whilst using the yield. So SuiDex, Blue Protocol have been absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, there's definitely a couple of others I think we both probably want to mention tonight as well.
This
as we go on.
one that I haven't had a chance to dig into, but I still want to give them a plug out there. Is a DeFi IRA. They actually have CDs that are out to where you can plug and that you can get into this. So make sure to look them up. I'm going to do a follow-up video later on their product that just came out. So much love to them. But as you would always say, there's so much out there to cover,
Yeah, for sure. I haven't dug into DeFi IRA, but I know they've been running a while though, haven't they? I heard about them a little while back.
They've been running for quite some time, and just like these projects to where the dev's face are visible and they're always working, they're another one, man. They actually had a fantasy football league using their token to distribute rewards to their holders. So it was pretty cool to see how it was working.
Very cool. Very cool. So, man, I want to support builders. On my channel, I want it to be 90% builders and 10% degen. I do have 10% degen DNA, so I do get involved occasionally in things that are, you don't have doxed devs, but I'm talking about putting play money in there. And there's a couple of things that I'm considering at the moment, which are like a little bit like that, but. I like to put most of my focus on people that are actually building something proper in this space, proper as we say in the UK.
Yes.
Who are actually doing something good rather than here today, gone in 3 months' time. You can make money if you're sensible, getting in and out quickly on these questionable things for sure. I mean. I guess we should probably mention Bitnest at some point in this video. That was one. That was one where you can go back and look at all my videos. I'm like, yeah, ROI as quickly as you possibly can, and play with house money. And obviously the way I can't call it. I can't call it what I want to call it yet officially. I've still got you know.
Are you saying
few,
they may work for a flooring company, sir?
it's possible. It's possible. A very slow one. A very slow flooring.
Kind of like one of
company.
those hardwood flooring companies to where they just it takes a while to remove the flooring. It's but it just looks so good as they're removing it.
Yeah, yeah. They just do it piece by piece, and obviously still buy some more flooring while they're dismantling it. You know, but
Yes.
yeah, I so badly want to be proven wrong on it. You know, I've got some house money sitting in there. I can see it on there. It says queued, but like I said before, I ROI'd really quick on that, as quickly as possible, and I just built with play money, and I'm glad I did that. And
I'm connecting into mine right now just to see what it looks like. Let's see.
Look, you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt if I have to the 16th of March, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's an issue or if there's a can being kicked down the road somewhere a little further to say, oh, well, we can't do it till June now. You know, this is how these sort of things work. I'm not saying it is 100%, but I've seen it happen before. They keep people on the end of the line, you know, like a fish. But yeah, keep coming, keep spending. We'll pay you out on this one instead. It's like, bro, unless I see a penny back of what you owe, you won't see another fresh penny going in. Obviously,
right.
Obviously,
right.
Like I don't know how obviously I have to say obviously on that one. So, you know, good luck to people that are still putting money in, because you're braver than I am, for sure. Because I certainly wouldn't put another penny in. They like I say, they don't owe me a great deal. You know, it's probably around 3,000, which, you know, I'm not going to lose any sleep over, because it was just house money. But to ask people to carry on investing whilst they're not paying out is almost something like a comedy, like a dark comedy of some sort. So I hope that people putting money in now don't get wrecked, because I don't want to see anyone get wrecked, and I want to be completely proven wrong. People say, "Oh, Millions was wrong on that one," so and I'll say, "Yes, I was," and I'm pleased I am, because I've got my 3,000 back, and I can move on with things and not ever have to talk about this ever again. But
right,
we'll see. 16th of March, they claim that most people are going to be paid out by, not starting, by the way. I've read it. I've read the updates. It doesn't say they're starting to pay out on the 16th of March. It says they should be paid out no later than the 16th of March. So let's clear that up right now. And I guess we'll see. You know, the calendar's, it's not long now, is it? Was it 13 days?
Yeah,
so,
13. Yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. You know, and someone asked me the other day, Millions, if you got your cash back, would you reinvest in Bitnest? And it's like, well, I already have a ton more other places where I'd rather put that 3,000. Just for shits and giggles, I might put a 500 back in if I'm feeling fruity. But I just think that there's so many better places to put that, and we're going to be getting onto. Well, we've already discussed two of them, right? We've already discussed GBLUE and SuiDex.
So we covered the SUI blockchain, we've covered abstract, and basically covered BNB at the same time. So, and also we gave a shout out to DeFi IRA, who's on base, which is another great protocol. But let's also, what we're going to do, we're going to cover this bad boy right here, which is DexFi bonds. And this is one that I am in also right now. This is one of those set it and forget it type plays, Millions, that you and I talk about quite often, that is just absolutely superb.
Yeah. And I'm always looking at the team with this sort of thing as well. And you've got AJ Brockman, who a lot of people are aware of. Big shout out to AJ. He might be watching, actually. I did message him earlier. And
shoot him a message. Just keep going. I'm going to shoot him a message.
DexFi came out in 2021, I think. I'm pretty certain. 2021, that's like 5 years. So 5 years in DeFi is like the 1800s. It's like, it's such a long time in DeFi, considering most things don't last, more than a couple of months. This thing has been paying real yield for 5 years, and it's got a completely doxed team, proven track record, never rugged. Everything is transparent on the blockchain. You can't hide this stuff. You can just click on a link. It will show you all the vaults. It will show you everything they're invested in, and you've got the bonds that you can purchase. Now, I know you're in the DexFi, Peter. I'm in Bernard Bonds at the moment, which is the same team, which is AJ and the team. The Bernard Bonds, I think, is the super simple way, which we'll look at it in a minute. I chucked a couple of thousand in when the bonds were like $39. Now, but we'll go into a little bit more detail of that, in a minute. But this is another example of builders doing something good for DeFi. This is what DeFi is meant to be all about. This zero ponzinomics, transparent, real yield. And this goes exactly in line with the other two protocols we've just spoken about as well. In that it's legit. It's legit. There's no hiding. It's all on DBank. You can look at it all.
Yeah, here's theirs right now. This is the whole kit and caboodle right here.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, you can. Every penny is accounted for.
Yeah. And basically, the value of the bonds is the fund value divided by the amount of bonds minted, and that's when you get your bond price.
And you're getting exposure to a multitude of strategies, basically. With Bernard Bonds, which is the one that I've recently got into. It's all you need to get involved is Ethereum on Base. That's basically it. Ethereum on Base. And the beauty of it is, as I was saying earlier, I felt underexposed to Ethereum. So for me, it's like I cashed a little bit of Bitcoin out that I bought at a very, very low price, and I've kind of put a little bit of it into Ethereum, so I don't feel quite as underexposed to it. So what I can do is I can use that Ethereum to buy the bonds and stake the bonds. Then I've got basically exposure to the strategies, all their different plays in the vaults, because they use the DexFi vaults. It's all interlinked. It's the same team, but it's just so simple because I can just use Ethereum in, and it's like holding Ethereum, because if I want to sell the bond, like if Ethereum goes up 4x and I want to sell the bond or sell some bonds, I get Ethereum back, and in the meantime, I'm earning yield in USDC. So every day, I think they're averaging at like 70 to 80% APR.
Yeah, it's
that's
now
real yield.
Yeah, so it's right here. It's the last couple of days it's been between 75 and 80% APR. Here's something I was telling you about earlier, and I actually was talking to AJ about this. You remember earlier how I was showing you on the SUI chart, the price of SUI when Tree launched and when SuiDex launched. So on here's the blue line for what the price of ETH was when the bonds were launched. So you're talking $4,217 Ethereum, and the price of ETH right now is $1,985.34. Yeah, and I watched a few of the older videos, because Bernard Bonds has been printing now since June last year, so we've got a fair amount of time behind that now as well. I was looking at some of the older videos when ETH was like all-time high, and the bonds were like $200 plus per bond, and I remember looking at I think DexFi around that sort of time and feeling like Ethereum was a little bit overpumped, so I decided not to go in. But now I'm buying bonds at $40. I actually bought my first
30 or 40 bonds for $39. So now I can sit back. You know, I've got another investment to put in this sort of tonight, probably. While everything's at these levels, while Ethereum's at these levels, and I can just sit back now and speculate on Ethereum. You know, triple, quadruple. Who knows what the potential for Ethereum is? But I can then get all of that exposure. And if I want to sell some bonds, there's a 10% exit tax if you use Bernard bonds, but that 10% stays in the protocol. But 10% is nothing if you've done a 4x on Ethereum, for example. So you get all the exposure to Ethereum whilst earning USDC every single day at an average of 70 to 80% APR. And that's real yield. That's not someone trying to get new money in to pay the old people like a lot of DeFi is, ponzinomics. This is real yield being earned through liquidity farming. That's the real money in DeFi. You know, that's like, it only goes to zero if crypto goes to zero.
So here's what's interesting about this. And I just asked him point blank. And you and I have had conversations about this multiple times. So you can see this right here. That's a referral link. And people go, oh God, why do we have referral links in this? So when I was talking to AJ, the founder, this is their daily compound, and this is the daily profit that's paid out to the bond holders. In the documentation, I think what happens is they pay out I think it's 15%. They take a slight hit on their daily compound with the goal of trying to attract more people in to increase TVL. That's a fascinating approach to me. And on this, the actual referral money that they're paying out is on the actual trading fees that are brought in, as illustrated right here.
Yeah.
So
they're not using new money to pay old money.
No, they're not. And I mean, it's like all these protocols between SuiDex, DexFi, DeFi IRA, GBLUE, all of them, it's all working off of fees. And that is just, pardon the French, that is tremendous.
Yeah.
And just, you're supposed to laugh at that.
Sorry. Yeah, this is me laughing. You couldn't see my beard.
Yes. But on this, and this gets back to a basket of products to where you're earning real yield on this. I mean, when you and I were both pushing Bitnest, we let everybody know the risk in this because they would say where this or where that comes from. And I mean, we had this document in front of us, but on these, you can look out of all of them and look on chain to see what is going on. And that is like you said earlier, that sets the bar apart of what's going to happen. Because I mean, like on this, or if you go over to SuiDex, even with Tree, people say, oh God, Tree's a meme token. Well, it's on SuiDex. It has the value locked. We're earning trading fees. We're doing this, we're doing that. DexFi, you're earning trading fees. And you've been in this a lot longer than me. You know that's the real game, is when you can start earning fees and earn it passively.
Yeah.
Build it up and be strategic about it. You know that.
For sure. That's the point of DeFi, is to become your own bank.
Yes.
That's the entire point of DeFi is this is what banks do. I mean, apart from mug you off and rip you off, what they do is they take your money and you think it's just sitting there doing nothing. I mean, that's the reason why there's so many water terminologies in finance. You know, you've got liquidation, bail-ins, bailouts, currency. It's all based around liquid, because it's meant to move. So when banks take your money, they can, for every dollar they can lend 9, like fractional reserve. They didn't teach me that at school. So it's like, what they're doing is they're taking your money and they're making it work for them, and they're giving you 0.01% a year for the for literally, I mean, what is the point? They're getting rich off of your money whilst giving you crumbs, literal crumbs of crumbs.
Right.
So the whole point of DeFi is to say a big stone cold FU to banks and become your own bank. And this is how you do it, by earning fees. You lend money, you provide liquidity. It's all stuff that banks do to get rich and rip you off at the same time.
I mean,
the era of DeFi is meant to say goodbye to banks.
I mean, hell, my reaction to banks is this.
What?
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. So, Ric Flair had it right. It's insane what they don't teach you in school at the most basic level. You have to unlearn a lot of stuff as you get older, and DeFi should be the answer to that, And I'm big on privacy and stuff like that. DeFi plus privacy. That is, I mean, even Bitcoin. Just read the white paper, for crying out loud. Most people haven't even read the white paper. It's 8 pages PDF. Go to the toilet, sit on the toilet and read it. You can do it in a few minutes. Like, the whole point of Bitcoin was to say goodbye to the parasite middlemen, and to say, goodbye to the banks and separate money from state. And now you've got people begging institutions and governments and banks to be involved in crypto. Now, where has it got you? Look at the state of things now. It's more manipulated than ever. People just thought, oh, if my government gets involved in Bitcoin, the number will go up. It's like, well, it's not that simple, is it? Because now regulation just means control. So you're giving over your power, to own part of the money supply and to control your own flow of funds. You're giving that back to the same scumbags that have been doing this for hundreds of years. You want them to do it all over again. It's like, I got into crypto, not for maybe for different reasons to a lot of people. I believe that you shouldn't have centralized control of a money flow, because you become a slave. So the whole point of Bitcoin was to release those shackles, peer-to-peer, decentralized exchanges. You don't need anyone else. But it's I don't know if it's human nature or something, begging to be controlled. Please, daddy, daddy government, come and tell me what to do. Because even the word government translates directly in Latin to mind control. Governare mentis, govern, to govern mind. So there's a lot.
Something new.
There is a lot of conditioning that needs to be broken. I mean, we could do a whole show on this, but I don't want to get our channels banned. Maybe we should start a different podcast for this sort of thing. But what I'm saying is,
let's do that.
Back
Start
to DeFi.
Down at the Docks podcast or something.
Down at the Docks. I love that. Let's freaking do that. Yes. We'll take some of the stuff from my TG and we'll do a whole podcast around it. But
hell yeah.
Yeah. So, you get things like, Monero, which comes in as the privacy Bitcoin. It kind of picks up where Bitcoin failed, because it's 2026 and who's using Bitcoin? Do you know anyone that actually uses Bitcoin right now? I don't. I mean,
that
they don't even use it on the dark
sir.
web. Yeah. They don't even use it on the dark web anymore, because chain analytics and all that stuff can trace it all the way to your door. They use Monero now. People don't use, I don't want to go off down that road too much, but it's definitely holding the flame more than Bitcoin is for being an actual use case, decentralized peer-to-peer payment system.
I want to give you a public service announcement, millions. Let me show you something on here, and I want everybody who's watching to see this about Tree and every asset that's on SuiDex. So right here, I just bought 5 SUI worth of Tree, which is 266,000 Tree. If you go over here to Dex Screener and look at Tree, you'll see that purchase does not even show up, and that is extremely unfortunate. But what we're doing is we are actually building liquidity inside SuiDex to where we can get properly aggregated on this. And I want everybody, if you have not used this site, bookmark noodles.fi and use that if you're deep into the SUI blockchain, because I don't know, millions, if you've received any messages, people have actually come into my Telegram and said, hey, is this project dead? And as you can see right here, it is definitely not dead. And the only reason why they've said that is because they come here, which is understandable, and there's hardly any volume. You can see the volume is dropped off on this chart. However, all that volume is now on SuiDex, and it is being properly aggregated on noodles.fi. So that is just something I wanted to make sure to put out there for Tree Token.
Yeah, I think it's important people know that, because you know, you don't want people wandering in off the street and thinking, oh, you know, there's nothing going on. There's plenty going on. There's plenty going on. I've seen some of the I believe it's the NFT sneak peeks as well. They look freaking awesome, and yeah, Tree's going to do amazing.
Yes. Let's see.
Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to mention, actually.
Man, bring it up.
Coming off the back of AJ and the team with DexFi and Bernard Bonds. I've actually just done a video on Bernard Bonds, which I'm going to be releasing probably tomorrow. There's no referral link. It's just something I'm involved in on that one. It's freaking awesome. But they've the same team have just released an absolutely dope DeFi driven lottery called Fortune Fire. So I want to give that a shout out, because I used it on Friday for the first time. They do a draw every Friday, and it's only been going for 5 weeks, and the jackpot is around $10,000. There's also,
what's the link for it? Do you know?
fortunefire.win, I believe. I will leave my link to that in the comments, because there's a referral on that one if you want to use mine, but you don't have to.
Please put it out there. No. You're in it first. Yeah. Put it out there. Let's support you. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll leave it in the pinned comment.
Is this it?
This. Yes, that is the one. So I jumped in on someone's link. They sent it to me the other day. Said, "Millions, take a look at this."
Yeah, send me your link. I'll use it.
Yeah, I'll ping it over. And he said, "You got to take a look." So once I knew it was AJ in the team, I was like, "Okay, I'm in. Let me have a look at this." So you can see the countdown timer on there. 3 days left. So it's every Friday, and this is different, right? Because then they're paying out again. So when you put in a $2 ticket, so it's $2 per ticket on either ETH or USDC, and when you buy a ticket, that actually they get staked in Bernard Bonds and start earning yield.
And this is on base?
Yeah, and people are getting paid out from the yield being earned through Bernard Bonds. You know, as we mentioned, this all links in together. So there's zero ponzinomics on this lottery as well.
Oh, look, yeah, see, they're powered by DexFi right there.
Yeah, and you can look in DBank every time someone buys a ticket. You can see it on DBank. It's totally transparent.
Can you send me your link?
Yeah, I will. I will. Let me have a look and see if I can bring it up on my computer here and now. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Fortune Fire.
Yeah, as long as you don't close that window with the stream in it, you're good.
I shall try not to do that. But if I just launch that now. So when I heard it was that team, I was like, let me have a look. Actually, I might have it in my Telegram, actually. Let me have a little look. It might be a bit quicker than doing all this malarkey. But so you can see there, have a little look through the website. It's all on DBank. It's almost 10,000, but there's also side pots you could win every week as well. And they give away free tickets. You can gift tickets. Yeah, so there's a whale pot as well, where if you, over the course of a month, if you spend $100 or more in lottery tickets, you go into the whale draw, and you have a lot, there's a lot better odds of winning the whale pot, because again, you're only five weeks in, so not that many people know about it just yet. And if you buy a ticket every week for a year, just a $2 ticket, then you also get the following year, you get like buy one get one free promos and stuff like that. Well, not promos, like bonuses that are like all the time. So it's a really, really cool DeFi driven lottery. So that's the only lottery I'm going to be doing anytime soon, is that one. I'm just dropping into Fortune Find now. I'm going to get the here we are. I found it. So I'll just copy and paste that and send it over to you right now. I wish I send
it in the comments, man, so everybody can see it.
Okay. Chat with everyone in the studio. Here we go. There we go. That should do it.
Got it.
But yeah, so I jumped in, just bought a couple of tickets to try it out. You can pick your numbers, or you can do a random select. But it's freaking awesome, man. And I'm supporting AJ and the team, especially with after getting into Bernard bonds recently. Amazing protocol, and this is all interlinked. It's all intertwined. So I thought people might want to know about that. I know a lot of people love to have a little flutter on lotteries and stuff like that. So it's a really, really nice looking protocol. And as I said before, if you want to share your link as well, if you want to jump in and share your link around, anyone can do that. And it's zero ponzinomics. So
yeah, there we go.
It's just nice to to be supporting real builders in this space. They're an absolute shining light. So yeah, shout out to AJ again. He might be watching now. So big up to you, brother. Are there any comments at the moment? We've got definitely got some people watching on X. I've got them on mobile here. I'm just having a quick look. We've got
guys, chime in. Millions. So here's a all right. So here's one we can talk about. So text it. Let me bring that up real quick. Hang on 1 second. All right, let's see. So text it. Yeah, they're a little. So here we go. All right, so Texacoin. All right. So this is what you see. If you go on the Texacoin website right now, it says we're all graduated, 98 weeks strong, dear miners. Pursuant to Texas State Securities Board order number, blah, 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 mine TXC is no longer accepting new miners for the acquisition of additional hash power by existing miners. Tune into our social media channels to stay up to date on the latest developments. Existing miners can log in and manage your account below. So I can tell you this, just so everybody will know, I did sign in yesterday, and just to make sure that the network was still functioning as I was used to, it was, and I was able to sell some Texacoin yesterday. Man, I did it just to make sure that it was still working. So yeah, it's I mean, you can still log onto your dashboard, still see everything, but yeah, it's they're trying to work out their problems right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these things can be not saying it will be, but they can be long drawn out bloody affairs. As we said earlier on, if you beg for regulation, you want them involved, careful what you wish for, because I feel like Texacoin were trying to do something pretty cool, in terms of becoming an actual usable currency at the community level. Now, this is where the real change happens for everything, is at the community level. And I feel like that's what they are. Obviously, not saying they haven't stopped, but that's what they are trying to achieve. And I feel like that's why they've been singled out as a problem, because anything that you try and do too publicly to circumnavigate the banking system or anything like that, you're probably going to get some heat, and they're getting that heat right now. I supported them. I'm in Mexico now, but I was in the UK when I jumped on board with Texacoin. Not nowhere near Texas, but I definitely aligned with what they were trying to do, and I aligned with their outlook. In terms of, crypto is meant to be the people's money. It's meant to be something that we can use. It's not this whole Bitcoin is digital gold thing. That's a psyop. The whole point of Bitcoin was to use Bitcoin, actually use it, not to hold it in a wallet and digital gold, store of value. That's a psyop, and I feel like Texacoin were trying to say, well, look, we're going to become an actual currency, and we're going to use it. We're going to use it in our communities, and we're going to go to the downtown digital dollars, and we're going to expand this thing to a community level where people can interchange with and interact with merchants. Shops can accept Texacoin and stuff like that. And I think it's a really, really good idea, and that's why I jumped on in the first place. So to see it obviously now being sort of kneecapped a little bit with this cease and desist thing going on, it's a bit of a shame to see. I mean, I'm just going to hang on to the Texacoin that I've accumulated for now, because the price is obviously way down from its all-time high. But any good news that comes out could see a big spike. So I guess it's one of those things. I'm just going to wait and see what happens with Texacoin. I didn't overinvest in it, so I used some profits from Bitnest to invest in Texacoin. So it's just like one of those things where I'm prepared to sit this one out, be patient, and see what happens with it. But yeah, it's disappointing because I feel as though they had something that they were trying to do that was solid, in a I don't know, in a world of a lot of questionable individuals in the space. I feel as though personally they were trying to do something good, but I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate because the concept of what they were trying to put out there was really, really, really good. Out there that I know there's a copy trading project that I'm checking out right now. There's just some other things, and you can only throw so much to a crowd at one time before they feel overwhelmed and go into brain fog. And I think you and I are on the same page, man. Just a little bit at a time. But I'm telling you guys, this look, all right. So I used your link. I'm glad you sent it to me. I did a test of one ticket. That was $2. So total spent, big money. And then if you hit the $100 threshold, you apparently get to a next tier progress. So I will definitely be digging into this more.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And as I said before, it's no ponzinomics. No, pretty much everything we've spoken about today is zero ponzinomics. And I'm really pleased that there's enough stuff available that we can sit and talk for over an hour about solid projects that are transparent, with devs you can reach out to and talk to. They're not wearing masks. They're not using AI voices. These are real people that you can, although sometimes I think Aaron's AI because he works so fast. But apart from that, I'm pretty sure he's a real dude. But, you can reach out to Aaron, to Richie, to AJ, and you mentioned the guys with DeFi IRA as well. You can reach out to them. They've got faces, they're well respected in the community. So it's beautiful that there's enough stuff we can sit and talk nonstop for an hour about actual builders in the space. And we haven't covered all of them for sure, but it's as you say, not too many in one go. I think we've had a really good crack at talking about some very, very good solid projects in this stream.
This is another link right here. This is to DeFi IRA if you want to learn more about them. Their project, it's neat. Like when you sell, they charge a buy and a sell tax, and when people buy or when people sell, there's rewards paid to the holders. So it's designed for long-term holding. It's interesting. I mean, and they've got, if you go to their site, look at their tokenomics, it's neat. But I'm telling you, man, between them, their CDs, this Fortune 5 that you just showed me, which I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that. But this is, we didn't talk about the SuiDex trading battle, did we?
No, we didn't.
All right. So on this, there's 12 days left in it. You can hear me okay, right? Looks like my video decided to freeze.
No, I can hear. Yeah, all good.
So on this is a volume-based competition in which the prize pool is 2 million victory, and you can actually check in for ranks. I've been busy with real life, so I'm ranked 93. But this is simple. I've done 14 trades and my volume is $353.50. But
Nice.
in this, when you go back on this, you can check in each day. You can do all kind of things. And this is strictly in SuiDex. SuiFarm, you can still earn rewards over there. Let's see. In battle mode, if you go here to enter battle, it brings you into this realm. And basically, when you battle, it's however much that you decide to trade around. So if I wanted to take some victory, let's see, let's do half of it, or let's get some Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's at a good buy right now, right? So let's see, let's do 15,000 victory and get some Bitcoin. You can do this. And you can just swap it right over. And then on this, if you go back to pool, you can go to rank, and it'll then show you what your see. So I moved up $370 now, and I'm still number 90, but the volume has gone up. So my total score is 2,245 points. Really cool, man. Really cool contest.
Very cool. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, as I said before, you've got people building at the bottom, and I think that's such a fantastic place to be building, because then you get all the upside. All of your hard work pays off when the volume starts increasing, and obviously that's what we're hoping is going to happen. On all of these protocols that we're talking about right now, is that the volume naturally will go up as people start to flood back into crypto, which is what we're hoping. But we'll see, man. The blood moon is on its way out. There's still time. There's still enough time for a black swan to happen, like the FTX and like Luna all happened on blood moons, as we said before. But maybe we've gone through the worst of it. It'd be beautiful if we have, and I guess the next couple of weeks we're gonna figure that out. So yeah, we just gotta crack on with it and keep supporting the good people. And I'll put you in with that bunch as well, Peter. You're working hard with Tree. You're putting the work in, the NF trees and everything like that is all coming together, the game. So it's great to see, man. It's great to see people building during these harsh times, because I think it's going to be a really fruitful bull run.
It's a, hey, we got some more action. See, I'm telling you, now watch this again. If you go here, and then if you go back out to Dex Screener, it's just another example. If you go out here, you go to Dex Screener, they are only tracking what happens on turbos. So I mean, some of these sales came in, but everything else, the buys that just came in, didn't happen, didn't show up. So yeah, and the goal on this, we actually got this thing up to a $336,000 market cap, and that was with no token burns, none.
I remember that. That was crazy, and obviously it helped that Sui was pumping hard as well. So I'm looking forward to those days coming back for Tree, 100%. Man, I've got my bag staked in SuiDex, so it's not going anywhere.
And that was August the 8th. So that was, so if you watch, so right here is August the 8th, and Sui has done nothing but gone down. So even if there was no buys and sells on Tree from August the 8th, and then, well, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. So August, right there, and kaboom. So we've got, when we hit a $330,000 market cap, that was right in here. Down, that's a 79.55%. think that's right. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's SUI. So yeah, that's about how it went.
Some big discounts on offer right now.
So what else do we need to show them, man?
Well, I mean, we've covered a lot in that hour and 10 for sure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to blow too much on this one because maybe we can jump on again next week and you know, once the dust has settled from the from the blood moon and all that, we can talk a bit more about some of the plays and how they're getting on. Obviously, by then we're going to know more about the mystery blue protocol thing that's dropping on Thursday. We're going to be able to talk about that next time. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So yeah, there's always a lot to talk about. You know, I'm gonna have to get help get my son down for bed soon because we're going to try and get him down at 7 o'clock tonight. He didn't have a very good nap, so try and get him down a little bit early. But
this is a comment I like to see. Just bought some tree, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it.
Yes, supporting builders. It's great to hear that.
People ask me, how do you make money off of Tree? I can go ahead and tell you exactly how to do it because I've got my own position in Tree, and all my Tree is right here in Iron Victory Token, and I do various things with Victory Token and do it that way. But a lot of the Tree
you burn a lot of Tree, right? You burn a lot of Tree.
Yeah, let's see. Let me get a calculation for you real quick.
And how much is that supply down now? It's down.
Oh man, I'll get it for you right now. Let's see here. We're I actually burned twice during the stream. So let's see. It is let's see, burn. So right now, just on the burn side, we burned 48 million. Let me feed this into the calculator real quick. So we've passed 12% on what is burned so far. So let's see here. All right, so we are. So the total tree out of circulation now is 12.2702% of the original supply.
Wow, 12%. Damn.
Yeah, so the circulating supply is now down to 877 million tree.
Nice. Very nice.
And I can go ahead and tell you at least 10 to 12% of that. In addition to that, there's a certain redheaded guy who has that's never going to sell it. So you may as well say it's more than that out of circulation, but officially what is inaccessible, even to me, is it's done. And that is between time lock. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just extend it right now while we're on the show. All right, so I'm going to go to Moonbags. Let's see. Just to prove a point. All right, so let's go to Moonbags. Let's get logged in. Token lock. Let's see. How do I extend these? So let's go ahead and just put those to the end of the year. Let's put that January 1 of 28. Yeah. All right, and I'm going to go through all that. I'll actually post on X once I'm done with all these. I'm not going to waste everybody's time, but let's at least do the big one to show that that's going to go. All right, so let's see. All right, so there's 14 million that's locked up for an additional year.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So there's 2 of them. I'll do the rest of them tonight, and those will all be still permanently locked away for a very long time.
The future's bright. The future's bright for Tree, man. I can't wait to, for more people to see some of the awesome images that I've had a sneak peek at. So that's going to be great.
And the goal of the buy and burns is obviously to create that floor. And then as long as we got demand through the game and everything else, man, I'm telling you, man, the sky's the limit, because if we can do this right here with very limited exposure, no SuiDex listing, nothing like that. Yeah. I mean, and that right there took no time at all. And obviously we survived the dump. I'm still here. So yeah, I mean, we're good.
Yep. I've got no doubts. Tree's going to be around for a long time. So yeah, that's why my bag is securely staked in SuiDex, earning that daily victory token. So
yeah, and once again, shout out to Richie, man. He let me stick her in there, and that sounded horrible. He let me put Tree on SuiDex.
That's for a different podcast, yeah.
So yeah, that was yeah, shout out to you, man. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate. And also, one of the biggest holders of Tree is the founder of GBLUE, Aaron. And let me tell you, he has 75 million of it. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it ain't going nowhere. And once Tree takes off, he is a person that does what's called single-sided liquidity. So yeah, even if he did exit, once we take off, it would be in a responsible manner to where it wouldn't paint the first red candle on the chart. So if anybody's wondering who some of those big holders are, that's who they are. So yeah, it's even more exciting to see that the base is being held down tight through those type of methods.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out to Aaron, and I can't wait for Thursday. I'm pumped for Thursday. So I did a video today, actually, just to let people know about what's going on. So in fact, I'll probably drop that one tomorrow, and I'll drop the Bernard Bonds one on Thursday, most likely. But yeah, I've got a few lined up. But yeah, I'm excited about that, man. Exciting
Guys,
stuff.
you have a lot to go do. You need to get bonds. You need to get GBLUE. You need to get Tree. You need to jump into some CDs with DeFi IRA. And hey,
man, look, there's so many options. There's so much good stuff out there right now. You know, even though there's a lot of scumbags, a lot of parasites, there are the good people shine through, and they're doing that, you know, right now. So that's
everything that we've covered is real world yield. I'm talking every bit of it, real world.
Yeah, and I sleep better at night with that in mind. So yeah, it was good to do a stream where we've pretty much talked about just quality projects with quality teams. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue to shout these people out, and there's a lot of stuff to do content on, a lot of good quality stuff without, you know, having to cover too much of that rubbish that's out there at the moment. You know, the future rugs that are swimming around looking for your USDT and USDC right now.
Gosh.
Yeah. So we don't need too much of that. As I said before, I'm 10% DGen. I'll do the odd thing here and there, but I'm trying to keep most of my stuff. There's enough stuff out there. We can keep stuff legit. Yeah, as legit as this fresco. I don't know if you can see that on screen. I think my green screen's eating it up. Do you guys have that in America?
Yes.
Fresco? You do?
This right here, if my stupid camera will catch up, this is a sponsor of my Mardi Gras channel. This is called Cane Brew tea. And it is you know how, so when you make your tea, you have to boil it, right? Or cook it to and let
being
it
British,
steam?
being British, we're very well accustomed to tea. That isn't a stereotype. That's true. Yeah,
So
well, there's a few different ways you can do it. I mean, I guess the lazy way is you get a tea bag and you tip the boiling water on and just add the milk after, or you can add it before. Depends if you're a psycho or not. But yeah, you can add it. Yeah, but whenever you add your milk, will say a lot about someone. But yeah, I mean, or you can boil it all you can boil it all together if you want to.
so this is the unofficial tea of Mardi Gras right here. This is cane brew tea, and this is actually cold brew tea, and I'm here to tell you it is delicious.
Or if they're sponsoring, they can send a few free samples out to your boy Millions, and I can try it.
Hey, you send me your address, and I will have them send you a nice care package.
Look at that! I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll ping you my my Mexico City address, and that'd be awesome, man.
Well, when you drink it, don't wear socks because it'll knock them right off.
Okay, I'll remember that. Oh, by the way, everything is fine in Mexico. I don't know what you've been hearing on the news. Well, I know what you've been hearing on the news because I've been hearing it whilst being here, and it's yeah, it just reaffirms. Just don't believe everything you hear. I've had so many concerns. Do you know, it's been really nice. I've had a lot of concerned messages from people saying,
Right.
Are you okay? Are you and your family okay?" Which I think is really nice. But literally, if I didn't have X or if I didn't have any access to media, I was out in cafes with the family, walking around parks. It's, Mexico City was basically completely unaffected. We don't get too much of that sort of stuff anyway. I had a fair few friends down in Puerto Vallarta where it was happening, and literally the next day they were back on the beaches. They were back in the restaurants, back in the cafes and stuff. And I think that the news is still reporting it as a war zone. So it was total BS. It was kind of like they came in, there was some burnt out cars, and it's like they all got cleared out like a film set. And I say that with serious.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a lot of, I put a video out explaining to people kind of really what was going on at the time. I don't know if you managed to see it, but that all got proved basically correct afterwards. So that there's a lot of games at play, and most of it was total BS. Cane brew, I like it. You've got the branded cup as well, very nice. So yeah, everything was fine, and even my friends down in Puerto Vallarta, which was the heart of everything, totally fine. They were like, yeah, we stayed inside for like 10 hours because we weren't sure what was going on, and literally the next day they were back outside, and there were people doing videos saying, look, there's nothing going on, whilst the news was telling everyone it was a war zone. So I go into a few of my theories in my video, so you can go back and watch that if you want to. But in short, everything's okay, everything's fine. And I know there's a lot of other stuff going on around this blood moon as well, stuff with Iran and Dubai and stuff. And look, I'm not there, I can't comment on that, so I don't know how much of that is BS, but there's definitely global games at play after the whole, they did the Venezuela, they managed to secure the oil, and now they're okay. But that's for the Down at the Docks podcast. But just
yes,
everything's cool here. Touch wood, we've had no problems. So thank you to everyone who messaged me and was asking about it. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Yes, guys, you got a lot to go by. Tighten up.
Yeah, there's lots to do, and maybe we can do one of these next week, Peter, if you're available.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll make myself available. Absolutely.
Love it. Let's do it.
Yeah, thank you guys that showed up. Millions, you got to send off for them.
Yeah, just enjoy the next couple of weeks. While this crazy energy sort of hopefully dies down a little bit. Don't get wrecked. Don't risk your hard-earned USDT or USDC on anything too risky at this point. Sometimes the best move to make is no move at all. So I hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate all the consistent support on YouTube, on X. Thanks to the people that joined up on my membership channel as well. So I've managed to put some content out for the members only stuff as well. And I've got tons of videos coming this week. So I can't wait to put that out. So thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel.
Yeah, and the contract address for Tree Guys is in the comment section. You can get it on Turbos. You can get it on SuiDex. The best place to get it is on SuiDex. That's where the most liquidity is, or liquidity as we like to call it. But if you got any questions about Tree, hop in Millions Telegram or hop in mine. We're both available on both Telegrams. There's a lot going on, and everything we cover today, we want to reiterate, is real, visible developers, real world yield. These are just stout projects, every single one of them. There's important links in the comment section for all of it. I did see, so this is, so someone asked to cover Arbcore and some of these others. We're going to look into these to see if it fits. But right now in the current environment, we want to cover what's real world yield, what's out there. There's just too many people that are hurting from various projects, either pausing, rugging, whatever. And we're trying to keep it very, very open and transparent on things. And if you're tuning in late, be sure to catch the whole thing. We covered a lot of material in this, and we are going to be back next week. I know that there's not much going on in crypto, and it can be boring, but there's a lot going on in everything we covered. I know I'm being redundant. I'm gonna shut up.
No, you covered it. You covered it. You know, there's always good quality stuff to talk about. So yeah, looking forward to next week. I had an absolute blast as always, bro.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. And make sure you subscribe to both channels. If you're on my channel, hop over to Millions channel. Let me share. I'll put it in the comments once we end, just to make sure everybody hops over and subscribes to you as well.
Appreciate that, bro.
And what he was talking about in memberships, guys, my channel's not to that point yet. So we're gonna have some more in-depth conversations. So go over there, hit his join button, and you'll see us there as well.
Awesome. Well, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes. And I'm going to hit the outro, and we'll talk afterwards. Take care, guys.
Peace out.